right tackle, and they used to call us the Big
What?
Bad Livingston Brothers.
What?
So, and one of the things I learned from Harvey is if you mess with one of us, you mess with both of us. So it was a great pleasure to play football with him. When I first started playing, he was, not only was he a great lineman, he also could punt the ball, field goal kicker. He was also a kicker. So
was that with the square toe?
Yes, with the square toe, had the special cleat
So in
with the
between
square
plays,
toe.
he throwing it on, throwing it off.
And kick the field goal or kick off. He'd do all of that. I remember when we first started playing back in Arizona, our dad would put us in the punt, pass, and kick competition.
Yes, that's a whole nother world.
A whole nother world.
A whole nother world.
But I remember being discouraged at the time because Harvey, he could punt it, he could kick it, and he could throw it pretty good. Me, I tried to punt the ball, my cleat went further than the football did. And so he would always get the trophy. I would always be watching him in the parade. And but then later on in life, when I started to see there are other positions that you don't have to punt it and kick it, and you can excel at, that's when football became a passion for me.
So he put it in you.
He put it in me.
They call that rivalry squabble of siblings.
Yes.
Pushed you.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he joined the fraternity first. 2 years later, I joined the fraternity. He was a national officer. 2 years later, I was a national officer. He was very big into business. He was an executive vice president for AT&T out on the West Coast.
Way back.
Way back. Traveled, did tremendous things in the business world.
Are we talking the time, we went to a whole nother world. Are you talking about the time of data processing?
Yes.
Basically.
And call centers.
Yes.
He would run all of the call centers, and he did fantastic in business. And I would always say, he's the businessman of the family. And he would always say, yeah, but you're doing exactly what you love to do, which is football and coach football.
So you're the pit bull of the family, or was it your oldest brother?
My oldest brother, David, was, I would say, the rebel of the family.
That's what his nickname was.
Yes, because David would always do the opposite. He went to junior college just to play football. But
you can't be mad now.
No, you can't be mad at that at all.
We're talking early 70s?
Yep.
Early 70s, so understanding the dynamics of America.
Yes.
Now we're talking Midwest.
Yes.
You didn't say East Coast.
That's right.
So you're dealing with some really idiosyncrasies out there that I couldn't even fathom.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to have that type of rebelliousness that got him to where he was at that point.
Sure.
He was the pit bull of the family.
Yes, he would do the opposite. He would definitely do the opposite.
Don't mess with my brothers. Don't mess with my brothers.
That's it. Or his family, and he's still that way today. Most of my family has gone on, but it's just me and my oldest brother that are still here right now.
You're holding the name. As they say, I remember, I have to give homage to Coach Verducci, Frank Verducci, that passed recently, about a month or two ago now. And he said, your most important asset that you have as an individual, as an American, and as a man is your last name.
Amen.
So that there speaks volumes of what you're speaking of.
Yes.
Now I want to get back into mostly. You've traveled highways and byways. And it's not been easy all along, and a lot of people do not know your walk. But along with the fraternalness of friends, brothers, biological family and all, and most definitely the blessings of God ordering your steps.
Amen. Amen.
You have went full circle. Speak of that.
Okay, as far as the travel?
Because there's been some changes socially, geographically, mentally, financially, spiritually in our country.
Right.
Speak of that to the young people.
Well, I would say this, don't be afraid to dream big, and don't be afraid to get outside of your comfort zone. I went to school 13 hours away from home. I'm from California, Weber State is in Ogden, Utah. And Utah was a whole different world, than California was.
Yeah.
But the experience was fantastic. And then as I got in this coaching profession, we moved all over the country because when you're successful in coaching, there's only two kinds of coaches, and that is those that have been fired or those that are going to be fired.
Really?
And I stayed in that latter category for about 18 years, where I got to choose, okay, we're going to Weber State, now we're going to Washington State, now we're going to Texas A&M, and we traveled quite a bit. But then there are also those times where you don't get to make that choice. And now, hey, I'm done at A&M, we're going to the University of Arizona, and now we're going to the University of Wyoming. And so we've moved. I've lived in, I believe, a third of this country, 16 different states that I've lived in and worked in. But I've got to see a lot of our country, both the good and the bad.
Well, aren't you a product of what? Of Watts?
Well, close to Watts. I was Riverside, California,
well,
but
close
yes.
enough. But
yes.
So that urban concept. Let me speak of this. To go from urban to rural.
Yes.
Explain that.
That's a different world in that the urban has certain things that
Quick. It's testing.
It's testing. Yes.
We call it testing.
Yes.
Rural would be raw.
Yes.
Raw and natural. You take it as it comes and you deal with it as it is, as they would say, off the rid.
Yes.
You like that?
Yes, I like that.
We'll slide in from that to tangibles and intangibles.
Very good. That's a huge part of the book. One of the reasons I created the 7 rules is because early in my coaching career, there are tangible things. Your height, your weight, your 40 time, your strength. Those are tangible things that can be measured. But the truly great ones have a lot of those intangible things that are not measured. Being the son of a coach, being the passionate about what you do, having that want to rather than I have to do this. All of those things are intangibles, and those have just as much, if not more, impact on what kind of great player you become. So I thought, can they be taught and can they be developed? And as I was going through my coaching career, I realized the answer to both questions is yes. And so I utilized the 7 rules to help develop my players' intangibles. So they might be average by your numbers, but because they have all these other characteristics, responsibility, accountability, all of those things, now all of a sudden they're playing at a level that's higher than what anybody expected them to play. And it's because of the intangibles just as much as the tangibles.
I would put that in, sum it up by saying, if an individual has a chip on their shoulder, you don't have them take the chip off. You navigate them
Yes.
of how to utilize it to their benefactor.
Yes.
More so, it's taking away because the eye candy, the eye candy is what they see that walks through the door.
Right.
But they do not know your desire, your spirit, your motivation, and most importantly, your goal.
Yes. Yes.
Now, speaking on that there, what is your goals now? Except for you spoke of giving back, but what's the difference of giving back to those that have so many intangibles at an early age?
I call it investing. I want to invest in our youth. I want to invest in our future, especially kids from minority or impoverished backgrounds. Because rule number 1 of the book is there's no such thing as can't. And so many times, so many people are telling our young people what they can't do, what they can't become. And it's just not true. The thing that I always stress to them is that it's only true if you believe it. But as long as you believe that, hey, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, now you've got the belief that can take you a mighty long ways. So I want to invest in young people and show them that whatever it is, dream big, whatever it is that you desire, that is possible. You may have to work on it. I always use the example of there's a mountain and that trophy is on the top of that mountain. Now, some people have the resources where they can take a helicopter, fly up there and get that trophy. And other people got a motorbike that they can drive up that. Said some of us, we're going to have to hike.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to climb. But we can get to that trophy just as much as anyone else can.
At times, we're going to have to take a breather.
Yes.
But you don't stop.
But you don't stop.
Leading right into, why do you never, ever, never give up?
Ah, very good. Well, if rule number one is there's no such thing as can't, then we just continue to pursue until it happens.
Now, what if detours come in the way?
If detours happen, you assess, you adjust, you might pivot, but you continue to move forward towards your goals. So you never, ever stop reaching those goals and stop going for those goals.
You like this, don't you? I'm not
Yes.
going to give them too much, but I'm going to give them enough. Why must you be a good sport? Were you always a good sport when you were competing?
I was as I matured.
I'm going to hit the pause and rewind. So that started when the coaching started to be comprehended to make you better.
Right.
So would you explain for the younger lads that think that the tougher you are, the rougher you are, the more disrespectful you are, the more uncoachable you are, you're limited.
You are limiting yourself, absolutely. If you do those things, you are actually closing doors of opportunities. Whereas if you are a good sport, you are opening doors of opportunity. And I always look at the good sport part in two ways. Number one, modeling. Because no matter what level of athletics you play, somebody is watching. If you're in the high school level, there's young kids at middle school and youth football watching you. If you're at the college level, every high school kid is watching you, wanting to get to that college level. If you're at the professional level, for sure the whole country is watching you. So how you model your behavior is huge. But the second part of it, the hidden ingredient of being a good sport, is what I call competitive greatness. It's what John Wooden used to talk about. He wanted competitors. We all want competitors. We want guys who don't want to lose, have that chip on their shoulder, will do what it takes to not lose. You want that competitive spirit, but you don't want a win at all costs attitude. You don't want, I used to tell the players that phrase, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. We don't believe that here.
Never heard that one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
There's some guys that say that, and I say, now that's not us. If you're looking for that, go someplace else. But where we are is we're going to do everything humanly possible within the rules of the game to succeed. And if we succeed, and if we don't succeed, we're still going to eventually succeed because we never ever give up. So
LL,
that
you
competitive
said,
greatness.
LL, you said if we're not cheating, wait a minute.
That was a saying I
I
heard.
liked it. I like to say it again.
They said a long time ago, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And I used to think to myself, now wait a minute, that puts too much emphasis on the result.
Right.
And what I really want is emphasis on the process.
Going right to that there about the Cowboy game, that your father said, well, who's winning? Break it
Yes,
down. Come
my
on.
dad would always
You like that,
watching
don't
the
you?
game.
You
I do like that. I do like that. Hey, that means you've read the book.
I'm on point. I'm on point.
But I like the fact that he always used to say, come through and say, hey, who's winning the game. And we'd say, oh, the Cowboys are 42
You a
to
Cowboy fan?
21. We were, yes, because my uncle, his brother played